kayo nga hinaat kaninyo nga hurot. Did you know that before Philippines, there was Butuan? Hello future nurses, so we are here now at Butuan National Museum. So come with us as we explore the inside of the museum and let us learn something about it. Let's go!
The National Museum of the Philippines, Butuan, is one of the branch museums of the National Museum of the Philippines, which serves as a repository of the archaeological artifacts proving Butuan's prehistoric existence and cultural materials of the ethno-linguistic group inhabiting the regions such as Manobo, Mamanwa, Higaonon, and lowland Butuanons. The Butuan National Museum holds historical significance for a few key reasons. First, preserving evidence of pre-colonial Butuan. The museum houses artifacts unearthed from archaeological digs, particularly the Balangay boats. These wooden boats, dating back to 4th to 30th centuries AD, are considered the oldest watercraft discovered in the Philippines. Their presence provides concrete evidence of a thriving maritime culture in the Butuan long before Spanish colonization, and is showcasing indigenous culture. The museum's collection goes beyond just the balangay. It also includes various artifacts representing the everyday life, tools, and practices of the indigenous people of Butuan. This offers valuable insights into their costumes, traditions, and technological advancement of pre-colonial Filipinos. Third is understanding trade routes. The Balangay boats and other artifacts like gold ornaments and Chinese porcelain suggest Butuan's role as an important center for trade in Southeast Asia during the pre-colonial era. The museum sheds light on this historical significance and the cultural exchange that likely took place. Fourth is giving importance of the local history. The Butuan National Museum serves as a repository of local history, contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of the Philippines' past beyond just the Spanish colonial period. It highlights the rich cultural heritage and achievements of the Butuanan people and the wider Philippine archipelago. Overall, the Butuan National Museum plays a vital role in first, preserving artifacts and cultural heritage for future generations. Second, educating the public about the rich history and indigenous culture of Butuan and the Philippines. Third, promoting cultural awareness and appreciation for the region's unique place in the Philippine history. When was the site established and by whom? It was established after the accidental discovery of archaeological materials by the City Engineering Office of Butuan City in 1974, while draining the water confined inside a man-made river system. The NMP Butuan was established on August 13, 1978 to safeguard and house and show the public the valuable archaeological finds in Butuan in the 1970s. The establishment of the museum was facilitated through the support of the Butuan Museum Foundation and Corporation, which was organized to assist the National Museum safeguard and preserve the rich cultural heritage of the region. How has the site evolved or changed over time in National Museum Butuan? So in early discoveries, archaeological digs in Butuan City, particularly those uncovering the Balangay boats, likely sparked initial interest in preserving these historical artifacts. These early discoveries might have been housed in a temporary location or storage facility until the establishment of a dedicated museum. In recent years, the National Museum Butuan might have undertaken efforts to, first, modernize its facilities to improve visitor experience and accessibility. The next is develop interactive exhibits or educational programs to engage a wider audience. The next is utilize digital technologies for online exhibits or virtual tours to reach a global audience. Then lastly is to collaborate with local communities to document and preserve their cultural traditions. This is a general timeline, and the actual evolution of the National Museum Butuan might differ. However, it provides a framework for how the museum and its collection might have changed over time in response to new discoveries, the need for comprehensive historical representation, and the desire to connect with the public. How this site contribute to our understanding of local, national, or global history of National Museum Butuan. In local significance, it preserves Butuan's pre-colonial past. The museum's star attraction, the Balangay boats, are the oldest watercraft discovered in the Philippines. These vessels offer undeniable proof of a thriving maritime culture in Butuan centuries before Spanish colonization. It also showcases indigenous culture. In national significance, it broadens Philippine history. The National Museum Butuan helps us move beyond a purely Spanish colonial lens on Philippine history. It highlights the rich cultural heritage and achievements of the Butuanan people, contributing to a more comprehensive understanding of the Philippines' pre-colonial past. This adds to the national narrative, showcasing the Philippines' early connection to the broader Asian trading network. For the global significance, the maritime history, it contributes to global understanding of Southeast Asian shipbuilding and maritime activity during the pre-colonial era. And for the cultural exchange, the museum's artifacts hint at a cultural exchange that likely took place between Butuan and the other part of Asia. This adds to our knowledge of global trade routes and the cultural influences in these early societies. For the overall impact, the National Museum Butuan serves as a crucial link between the past and the present. How was the local community preserved and maintained this historical site? By working together, the National Museum Butuan and the local community can ensure the preservation of this historical site for future generations. The museum serves as a repository of knowledge, while the community breathes life into its exhibits by sharing their stories, traditions, and continued appreciation for their heritage. What impact does tourism have on preservation of this site? A rise in tourism can raise public awareness about the museum and the significance of the history it represents, which leads to increased local and national appreciation for the site and its cultural treasures. How can we ensure the continued preservation and accessibility of this site? By continued government funding is very crucial for the museum's operation, maintenance, and staff salaries. Advocacy efforts by the museum and local community can raise awareness among policymakers about the site's significance and secure necessary financial allocations.
And for our next destination, we will now proceed to Butuan City Library. Let's go!
Butuan City Library is known as the most innovative library in the Philippines for providing innovative and relevant 21st library services and giving economic opportunities for community members. The Butuan City Public Library has been in existence for the past 53 years, and it was in January 1952 through the initiative of then City Mayor Rodolfo D. Calo and his City Council, with its first city librarian, Miss Esther Arpilla, now retired after 37 years of continuous services. The old adage that says, "Success starts from humble beginnings," aptly describes its historical background spanning several years of struggle for survival that includes two unfortunate events, a sad story almost hidden in obscurity. And fun fact, Butuan City Library has earned 3 national awards and 1 international award, and these are the most innovative library in the Philippines, given by Beyond Access Philippines on March 16, 2017. Outstanding Technology for Education Center under the Emerging Technology for Education Center category, given by DICT Manila on September 15, 2017. Outstanding National Technology for Education Center awardee on November 13, 2019. And Public Library Innovation Award given by Electronic Information for Libraries on March 12, 2018.
On November 16, 1963, the building that first housed the city library went up in flames and it was transferred to the second floor of Butuan City Police Station. Not long after, it was transferred to the old Hall of Justice building at the corner of Apolonio Di Curato and Gregorio del Pilar Street, which also burned to the ground for the second time in the year 1985. It was transferred to the Butuan Central Elementary School, occupying one vacant classroom before it was moved to the Teachers Kandiwa building. In 1998, the library staff were forced to evacuate this building for renovation and to give way for special education class for special children. With the staff's resourcefulness and resolve to make the library firmly grounded and up to the running, it was once more transferred to the unfinished Vice Mayor Legal building where it stayed until it saw the light of day.
Through the Priority Development Assistance Fund of former Congressman Leovigildo Banaag, the new two-story building library was finally erected on July 6, 2000, with a total floor area of 1,020 square meters that stands on a land area of 3,567 square meters located along J.P. Rosales Avenue and inaugurated on May 13, 2005. In 2013, the City Library once again struggled to survive against the threat of closure by the local government owing to the onset of information technology. It took a lot of creativity and innovativeness to prove its worth and turn it around to become the country's most dynamic and innovative public library.
2014, the city government of Butuan entered into a memorandum of agreement with Beyond Success, an international non-government organization dedicated to helping public libraries get integrated into the 21st century technology-driven learning environment. The following year, in 2015, the city government of Butuan once again entered into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Information and Communication Technology, making the city library the center for its technology for education, employment, entrepreneurs, and economic development programs, or Tech for Ed.
By integrating technology into its services and partnering with like-minded agencies and NGOs, the city library became the pioneer in conducting business process outsourcing training among public libraries, making a difference in the lives of online job seekers and small starting business entrepreneurs.
Hundreds of senior citizens were trained in basic digital literacy and social media, which enabled them to get connected with friends and relatives around the world. Today, it has become the hub for overseas Filipino workers who are digitally untrained for their electronic services needs through our e-government platform assistance.
Another milestone in the City Library's innovative service is the launching of the city government's Butuan Innovation and Mark Space, in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology Caraga, providing free access to trainees and self-paced learning in 3D printing, laser engraving, basic robotics, hologram technology, and designing using Adobe Photoshop.
has the local community preserve and maintain the Guinggona Park in Butuan City. The Guinggona Park in Butuan City has been preserved and maintained by the local community, and it holds significant historical value. The park is located at the public square or plaza of Butuan and is home to a large acacia tree that is over a century old. It also houses the shrine of the Philippine flag in Mindanao, commemorating the first formal raising of the Philippine flag in Mindanao. Visitors can enjoy the park's serene ambience and snap photos near St. Joseph Cathedral, downtown in Butuan.
What impact does tourism has a preservation of the site at Guinggona Park? Tourism can have both positive and negative impacts on the preservation of Guinggona Park in Butuan City. Increased visitor traffic can generate funding for restoration and maintenance, helping to conserve the park's natural heritage. However, if not properly managed, high visitor numbers can also lead to environmental degradation, pollution, and potential damage to the park's historical structures and artifacts. Striking a balance through sustainable tourism practice is crucial to ensure Guinggona Park continues to be a cherished green oasis and a window into Butuan's rich history, benefiting both the local community and visitors.
Preserving and ensuring the accessibility of historical sites like Guinggona Park in Butuan City, Agosan del Norte for future generations involves a concerted effort from various stakeholders.
What is the historical significance of St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City? This church had its status raised to the level of cathedral by virtue of a Papa Bull on March 20, 1967, when Pope Paul VI created a new diocese. The stained glass windows of this cathedral depict the life of the patron, St. Joseph, and the religious history of this city. All the patio, one can find a list of Butuanons missionaries and parish priests since the 16th century.
When was the site established and by whom? The first Easter Mass was held in 1521. A mission was founded by the Jesuits in 1596. It was blessed as the first church built in Mindanao in 1597. Saint Joseph was proclaimed as titular patron in 1622 and Saint Francis de Sales as second patron in 1792. The blessing of the old parish church was done in 1883. The present church was consecrated in 1954 and was elevated as a cathedral by Pope Paul VI in 1967. It was appointed as the host church for the Great Jubilee in the year 2000 and was declared as a dedicated cathedral by Ricardo Cardinal Vidal in 2007. On May 19, 2009, Reverend Father Siegfried Dos read the decree of the establishment of St. Joseph Cathedral as a diocesan shrine during the Pontifical Fiesta Mass that was approved by His Excellency Juan de Dios Metaflorida Pueblos, Catholic Bishop of Butuan and Parish Priest of the Cathedral.
The St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City has undergone several changes and evolutions over time. Initially built in the 17th century, the cathedral has been various renovations and expansions to accommodate the growing congregations and preserve its historical significance. One significant change occurred in the 20th century when the cathedral underwent a major renovation to enhance its architectural features and structural integrity. This renovation project aimed to restore the cathedral to its former glory while incorporating modern elements to ensure its longevity. Furthermore, the interior of the cathedral has also evolved with the addition of religious artworks, stained glass windows, and other decorative elements that reflect the cultural religious heritage of Butuan City. Overall, the St. Joseph Cathedral has evolved over the years to adapt to the changing needs of the community while preserving its historical and cultural significance as a prominent landmark in Butuan City.
How does St. Joseph Cathedral contribute to our understanding of local, national, and global history? The St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City is a significant historical landmark in the Philippines, reflecting the country's colonial past and the spread of Christianity. Its architecture and design reflects Spanish colonial influences, highlighting the cultural exchange and religious practices that shape the region's history. The cathedral symbolizes the resilience of religious traditions in the Philippines. Despite colonial rule and socio-political changes, it also represents a broader narrative of cultural exchange and religious syncretism, enriching our understanding of local, national, and global history.
How has the local community preserved and maintained the St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City? The local community in Butuan City has taken various measures to preserve and maintain the St. Joseph Cathedral. Some of the ways they have done this include regular cleaning and maintenance of the cathedral, fundraising efforts for restoration projects, organizing cultural events to raise awareness and funds, and involving the community in volunteer programs to support the upkeep of the cathedral.
What impact does tourism has on preservation of the site at St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City? Tourism can have a mixed impact on the preservation of the St. Joseph Cathedral in Butuan City. Increased visitor interest and revenue can provide funding for restoration and maintenance, allowing the cathedral's architectural and cultural heritage to be better protected. However, high tourist volumes, if not managed carefully, can also lead to physical damage, pollution, and overcrowding that can degrade the site over time. Implementing sustainable tourism practices is essential to strike a balance, promoting appreciation for cathedral significance while safeguarding its integrity for future generations.
How can we ensure the continued preservation and accessibility of St. Joseph Cathedral, Butuan City for future generations? There are some strategies to ensure the continued preservation and accessibility of the cathedral for future generations. First, conservation and restoration. Implement conservation and restoration projects to maintain the structural integrity and historical significance of the cathedral. This includes regular maintenance, repair of damages, and restoration of architectural elements to preserve the site's authenticity. Second, community engagement. Engage the local community in the preservation of the St. Joseph Cathedral by organizing educational programs, cultural events, and volunteer opportunities. Building a sense of ownership and pride among community members fosters a collective responsibility for the site's preservation. Lastly, documentation and research. Conduct comprehensive documentation and research to record the history, architectural features, and cultural significance of the St. Joseph Cathedral. Documenting this information ensures that future generations have access to the site's heritage and can appreciate its importance.
The Banza church ruins, reputed to be one of the most beautiful stone structures back in the 16th century, and became the oldest stone church ruins in Mindanao. This church is a testament and a treasure of the region's rich historical and cultural heritage, a place shedding light on understanding the Spanish colonial period in Butuan.
The Banza church ruins, located at the oldest poblacion of Butuan City, Philippines, is the oldest ruin of a stone church in the entire island of Mindanao. It reputed to be one of the most beautiful stone structures back in the 1600s, and it is considered as treasure of the city.
When was the site established and by whom? This beautiful stone church, now wrapped in banyan tree, locally called as balete, was built by Recollect friars in 1625 but burned down by Moro pirates in 1753. This church was once dubbed as the most beautiful church in the region before its destruction.
How has the site evolved or changed over time? It was in the year 1752, Butuan was among those Christian communities in the Visayas and Mindanao that suffered massive destruction from Moro pirates or raids. The church is also located near a river. A worsening floods take its toll, and these artifacts that resulted for it to be ruined. The only thing that remains in this church is its bell tower, trees that still remain until today.
How this site contribute to our understanding of local, national, or global history. The Banza church ruins stand as a testament to the region's rich historical and cultural heritage. Its history speaks the history of its people. This church is one of the oldest church ruins in the Philippines. Therefore, it is one of the treasured places in Butuan City.
Recognizing the cultural historical value of Banza church ruins, preservation and restoration efforts has been undertaken by local authorities and heritage organizations. This initiative aims to stabilize the remaining structures, protect the site for further deterioration, and promote public awareness of its significance. Archaeological excavation, architectural survey, and documentation efforts has been provided valuable data for conservation of these historical sites.
The Banza church ruins have also become an attraction for tourists and visitors interested in Butuan city history. The site offers a glimpse into the city's past, allowing guided tours and visitor centers to enhance the visitor experience, providing context and fostering deep understanding of the site's cultural and historical importance.
The Banza church ruins serves as a tangible link in Butuan past. According to historical records, the church was established in 16th century and played vital role in the spread of Christianity in the region. It was once serves as a center of religious activities, community gathering, and social events contributing to the cultural transformation and population.
Through the historical site significance, the site provides valuable opportunity for researchers, archaeologists, and tourists. Preservation and restoration efforts develop tourist initiative. In short, Banza church ruins continue to be appreciated for generations to come.